Welcome to Against All Oddities, the podcast about three brothers coming to terms with the oddly true and the truthfully odd. On this episode, we max out the update meter with a rat snake rescue, a sticky Arby's medical trial, homemade dungeon crawler Carl merch, and a lazy river powered mostly by beer. Then we stop optimizing long enough to ask whether maxing, narcissism, and the cult of the individual are actually making us better, or just giving us endless new reasons to believe we're not good enough. So accept yourself exactly as you are, unless you actually do know how to get taller, live forever, and secure shadowmaxing.com before someone else does, because this is Against All Oddities!
Hey, welcome to Against All Oddities. I hope you enjoyed our flashback 2020, whatever that was, about meats last month. So it's been a while, and this episode it was going to be Oops All Updates, but we're going to do a bunch of updates. I brought some stuff for us to talk about. Youngest brother, Tim.
Middle brother, Chris.
Nate.
All right, so we
haven't seen each other in 2 months. What's
2 months worth of updates. Who wants to go first?
You do.
You do.
Oh, hold on. I set a reminder. I live off of reminders. With if you talk to Chris and Nate about updates, how do you find? How do you find your reminders? I'm such an old man.
You're talking to yourself in the past right now.
Yeah, hold on a second. Chris is going to have to cut like 5 minutes out of this. Open reminders.
You didn't like do the stretch?
There it is. No, I got, because it expired on July 21st. If I have to talk to Chris and Nate, tell them about Snake and old lady talking at nursing home and how all right. Yeah, all right. I got 3 updates off of that. I actually have a lot of updates. So let's start with the snake. We have a little place in the woods, right? And we went out there, and I've talked about this in the past. There was a rat, and it took me a year and a half to kill the thing. And it was...
So he died?
I caught the rat in a rat trap.
Did you strangle him?
No, it was a rat trap.
Oh,
it was like a mouse trap, but massive. And it was
snapped on.
It was cleaning them out, and it would snap them, and I could never catch this thing. And it ate literally all the insulation off our water heater, and it was, God, it was big. Massive damage. All the conduit was gone. Anyway, I finally caught it with the black oil sunflower seeds in the trap. That had it like digging, and it snapped it. And I was sad, and I actually gave it a little warrior's burial in the woods.
Yeah.
But after that, I set up a bunch of mouse traps with peanut butter and put a little black oil sunflower seed, because we're not there for like months at a time. And then I snapped the 2 rat traps. And then every time I went up, there was a mouse, and then you get rid of the mouse, reset the trap, and then 1 mouse. That I was like, okay, at least it's getting the mice. And then it was snapping. Suddenly, all of them were snapped. Nothing.
Snake.
All of them were snapped. Nothing. And then we went, and I looked. Nothing was snapped. I was like, okay, this is how I know it was pretty fresh. And then we heard a noise. I was like, uh-oh. And I looked at it. Oh, my stomach dropped. It's like this creaky, gross-looking wooden door, and it's not like it's a basement. I am outside in the woods on the side of and it's a crawl space that you have to open the door and look into, and there's no light. So I put a floodlight in there, and I leave it on all the time. And then I look down at the rat trap and the dirt and the ground, and there's a 5-foot black snake curled up. And my stomach dropped, and I slammed it. I was like, you know, I'm not scared of snakes, but they're scary.
Make you jump.
Scary things are scary. And then I got really sad, and I was like, oh, I don't have any rats.
You killed the black snake?
Yeah, that's why I was sad. I was like, I don't have rats because the rat snake's eating the rats.
The rat snake's eating the dead rat in the trap?
No, that's why it's eating the living mice and it was triggering the traps. I didn't have mice or rats because that snake existed. It was a fat boy.
Did he get his neck snap? The snake?
Well, here's the thing. I'll show you a picture at some point. I opened the wooden door again and I walked towards it so I could pull it out. One, I was interested in the skull, and two, I wanted to see how big it was. It was fat. And as soon as
it was dead.
It was not dead. It started unslithering. It was pinned in the rat trap, but not dead. And about 3 inches of head was out, but about 5 feet of body was still like kicking. And so now I'm extra scared because I don't know if it can try to bite me or not. And Evelyn walks in the woods, not with a stick. We all have walking sticks.
Yeah.
She wanted a cane. So she has an old lady cane. And I went and I got the old lady cane and I caned the snake out of the crawl space.
You pulled him out?
Yeah.
Like he spent too much time on center stage.
Under the front door, which was about 6 feet above it. I got this giant branch and I just opened the rat trap and I was like, please, 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 please. Because if its back was broken, then I'd have to kill it.
You're gonna have to kill it.
Yeah. That motherfucker bolted out of there. I was like, oh my God. I'll have to send you guys that picture. It's a rat snake.
So it survived. Great.
And it survived. It got away. And
do you still have the traps up?
No, I didn't set it. I want the snake.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the snake than the trap.
The snakes eat the mice. We have a giant. I got a giant black snake skin in the shed, which was creepy of where it was, and I was actually tender getting it out. But it was so gigantic. I was like, this thing is watching me when I'm in here.
They're dinosaurs, man. They were of the dinosaur era, and they're still around. So, I mean, I'll send you guys a picture of the snake.
That's cool.
So that's good news. But now if he decides not to go into Snaptown, the rats are just going to overrun the place because I didn't set any traps.
Now he's scared to come eat the rats.
Right. That's what I'm afraid of. But I did leave them because he's too fat to get snapped by a mouse trap. So I left a couple of the mouse traps up.
Have you thought about bringing in some chipmunks to outcompete the mice? So you just have chipmunks under there?
I'll put that in the maybe pile.
Because you know how to defeat chipmunks.
Food resources.
I set the bucket up, right? I was going to do the chip and dip. Here's that snake. But the nothing cared about the bucket. And the rat that died last year, the big one, was big enough to tip the bucket over. So the bucket didn't work.
He's a country boss.
Yeah, it was big. It was like a Norway rat or something like that.
Yeah, they're big.
Oh, it was big.
We have cute mouse ears, though. Really cute. Like the cotton rats are squishy and they run away from you. They just eat like your field stuff, but they run away and they're like big, like they're obese and just squishy and then really cute.
This one, when everybody went to bed and I was still awake, and there's no internet up there, phone reception or anything, so we have a bunch of DVDs that's gotten me back into physical media again. He's big. That's like 5-6 feet. Nate and Chris are looking at the snake now.
And if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see a picture of a.
So anyway, you could hear the rat at night, like scratching and digging. So story number two. I flex at a nursing home, and
I flex all over the place.
No, I just walk up, just flexing on them because I'm so much stronger than those old people.
You're so old and your skin's so thin.
Check this out. And you know what? I open cans in front of them, like twist the can opener.
Open it and then you re-tighten it extra hard and then give it to them. You're never getting these pickles.
Oh man, this one old guy had coffee hard candies, and I was like, that's bad breath candy. Why? That's the opposite of a mint. Why would you have that? They were like black coffee too. It wasn't like creamy or anything.
Amazing. Remember our granddad had a whorehound candy?
I still have an affinity for those things. I won't
there's
buy them.
Nothing left. It's like when you're a kid and you get the spice drops and you're like, kind of candy that tastes like potpourri, but I'll still eat it because
Nate,
sugar.
This is the 20th time you've brought up Spice Drops. Me and Chris
I hate
like them.
Yeah, Spice Drops are kind of good.
No, but I like red and orange gumdrops better.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, red and orange
Like
are
dots?
cinnamon and grapefruit.
Or like even that. Think about the Spice Drop with the sugar on it, but if it was just cherry or orange flavored. Like,
Yeah.
like the cherry slices or the orange slices.
I don't
So
know what
good.
it is about those Spice Drops, but yeah, it's like nostalgic alley. I'm just like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, the clear like nutmeg flavor.
Yeah, and you get it like through your nose more than in your mouth.
It's mostly
Yeah,
spice too.
it
Like,
smells
That's
like
one of
potpourri.
those back of the throat candies. All right. So update about the nursing home. Other than flexing on them. Oh, excuse me. I was only there one day, and they keep moving the offices around.
yeah.
And the
Keep some guessing where to get medicine.
Yeah, I know exactly.
No,
they don't
no,
know where to complain if they can't
I
remember
don't know
where to go.
I don't know where to sit down and work. I went to the usual office, and some dude was in there, and I was like, okay, and like shut it again. I went to the new one, but the patients that need to be monitored have these chairs. They're like wheelchairs, but they go like way flat. So they're pretty much laying down, but they're up enough and their legs are up too, so they can't fall out or get up or anything. And they'll put them in front of the nursing station to keep an eye on them. And the office that I was in, I feel sorry for her, I guess, but she was a nice lady. But they wheeled her and they parked her so her head was just right at the edge of my door, and she's just staring at me. And I was trying to chart, which would be fine. I don't mind if she's looking, but for the 8 hours I was there, for like most of it, she was going, to the point that it became like white noise. And if you haven't seen like a 300-year-old lady just making that noise with direct unblinking eye contact while she's in like a chair like that,
You're way more interesting than a wall.
Did you start harmonizing with her, like everything you said?
Oh,
You might have levitated an object with that kind of power.
I didn't, but she stopped, and it was noticeably quiet. Like the quiet was louder than her white noise scream. But she started talking, and I didn't notice right away. I was like charting or doing whatever, and it was amazing. She was saying the only thing I could hear legibly was, "I had my hands around his throat. I didn't know if I was dreaming or not." I was like, oh my gosh, she killed somebody. Is she ready to confess? Is this what this is? And I looked up.
Murderer.
I looked at her again, and I was like, ma'am, are you okay? And she went, ah! And she just right back to screaming. It was... I'm not complaining either. It was the most interesting thing that happened like there the whole day.
Well, they gotta go see a room. Maybe there's like 800 dead rats in a pile under her bed. Coming out the window.
Okay, so I'll try to fly through these updates too. But the other one is, I thought I had Alpha Gal for a month. I was getting so sick off of what seemed like random foods. The worst
you had
of
those
it.
Crazy ticks the last time we talked too.
Yeah. We had me and Nate both had ticks from the cousin weekend, and then I got treated for Lyme, even though I didn't have the right tick for that. They were like, "Yeah, I don't know, just take this, whatever." So I was like convinced I had Alpha Gal. I had ricotta cheese, and I did not sleep that night. And it wasn't because I was like in the bathroom all night. It was just pain and
Ricotta's
suffering.
gross anyway.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it, but it's stuffed shells.
Gross. I don't like it. Put mozzarella on those shells.
I love ricotta, but it will fuck me up. I don't.
Well, that's
I
the
don't
thing. I thought, because I looked it up, and if you have Alpha Gal, apparently the soft cheeses just wreck you bad or worse than some of the meats.
Over 40, the soft cheeses also wreck you.
I'm learning this.
Ricotta's just kind of gross.
So I went and I got tested, and apparently it takes like a week to get the results back. So we were going to the beach soon, and I was like, there's going to be a ton of food. Why don't I just like figure this out? I'll do some trial and error. I cooked 2 steaks straight up on the skillet, ate it. Not that bad. And I was like, I don't have alpha gal. That's fine. And I was like, well, what, that was, maybe I had some reflux, whatever, and I had some symptoms later because you can get it like 8 hours after you eat the thing. So I was like, I know the ultimate litmus test for alpha gal. And I bought on sale these mini cocktail weenies like 4 years ago. And I found them in the deep freezer, or Jack did, like a week before, and they were in the fridge. He was like, I want a cocktail weenie. I've never had one. And he put it in the fridge to thaw, and it's like a bag of like 50 of them. And I looked at the date, and it was like 2022 or something. I was like, all right. I mean, if anything.
It's frozen. It's frozen.
Yeah, it was frozen. But there's still many cocktail weenies at baseline. Not that great. So all I did was put them in a pan, and I ate
so gross.
like 20 of them.
Oh, it's so gross.
And then
my stomach hurts
Ugh,
thinking about it.
chills.
I have like a constitution of like 50, right? Base constitution without all my upgrades. And I'm telling you, cocktail weenies are not going to make it.
Boy, I didn't even use a barbecue sauce or anything.
It's
I
so
just
gross.
raw dog those things.
Oh,
So
God.
here's the thing, though. I didn't feel that good after.
Yeah, no shit.
So, but I was like, I wasn't that sick. I really didn't get that sick. And I told Alicia, I was like, if I had alpha gal, I really think. And she was like, check the packaging. I looked on the back, there were motherfucking chicken dogs. Chicken.
You poisoned yourself for no good reason.
Right. So the last like test, finally on the way down to the beach, I was like, Arby's. This will tell me if I have it or not.
Alpha gal. They should have that on the drive-through, like a clinical sign, like alpha gal testing thing,
Alpha
like
gal
a Red
testing.
Cross.
Ready in 20 minutes.
Eat whatever you want on the menu. If you can make it out of the parking lot without shitting yourself, you don't have alpha gal.
I tried to find the most volatile thing too.
We've got the meats. So nasty.
Well, the thing I didn't have alpha gal. I had
Did you have a double big beef and cheddar?
No, I had their foot-long equivalent of the Arby's cheesesteak.
I've
I just had
never
one of those
ordered that.
yesterday.
I've never ordered that in my entire life. There's an Arby's in there, but they're so nice because the food's so terrible. Like the restaurant quality on the inside of the Arby's next to our work, it's like it's like an old school Pizza Hut fancy level.
But yours is that I know the Arby's you're talking about. That's a fancy Arby's. They're not. I went to the Arby's at a Love Stop
Sticky
in
Arby's?
Mississippi.
There's sticky and then
They
there's a
fancy.
non-sticky Arby's.
But I had the same Philly cheesesteak that Tim
You
had.
walk across the floor in a Sticky's Arby like you're on a road trip. It's like on the restaurant floor.
I went to Sticky Arby's. You had to go through the Loves to get to the Sticky Arby's.
Oh, it was in a
And that's where
Love's? It was in a Love's?
Yes, inside of it, yes.
That's a double.
So,
That's a double
here's the
Arby's.
I lost sleep. I couldn't. My guts were wrecked, and I've.
Well,
at
just
3 in the morning-
without eating anything. If you walked into an Arby's and a Love's and you get a gas station, it's over. Yeah.
That's the thing. I got out of bed for good at 3 because I gave up. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I finished my book that night because of it. This was at the beach. I told you, I was like, the scale, Arby's is the scale, right? Even without Alpha Gal. Like, it's 1 to Arby's is the normal, but if you're looking for Alpha Gal and you start with Arby's, the scale starts at Arby's, and 10 is like Cinnabites going like, we have such pleasures to show you. Like, that's your 10.
I guess we
That's
should
your Arby's.
explain to any listener that doesn't know what alpha gal is. It's the disease that makes you not process red meat.
Yeah,
There is a
mammal
cure.
products. You can't have mammal products. Yeah, because you
Mammals.
get really sick.
Yeah.
The soft cheeses, meats, things like that. And so, yeah, I was
Damn you,
torturing
Bill
myself
Gates.
with the crappiest meats, and it turns out I just have like old man tummy. Ugh, Arby's. Okay, those were my funny updates. The rapid fire things I'm doing. I've been chewing through books since the void that finishing
yes.
Dungeon Crawler Carl caught me up to. Like, after I finished the series and I got caught up, I had the void, right? And so I read 3 Red Risings, which everybody should read. They're wonderful. But
have I read those? What's it about?
It's similar, like Rising. So the whole universe or the solar system is color coded essentially. Red being the lowest. There's high reds, and then there's
no, I haven't read that.
Grays, silvers, purples. But anyway, it's run by the golds, and the golds are all genetically modified, beautiful, like statuesque.
Sounds like they pulled that for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that might be a reference for that. But anyway, there's one red that like it's as this tragic story, and he like kind of dies and comes back, but not really. And then like he figures out a way to blend in among the golds, but he hates them. He's trying to bring down the whole solar system just as the lowest person. And it's crazy. But the thing is, there are no jokes. That is so serious and is so tragic and is stressful, and it is like it's excellent. The first book is okay, like 6 out of 10.
Escape though, like why so hard anyway? I need.
Well, that's the thing.
Like,
I finished the third book and I was like out of breath, and I was like, it's so serious. I need a break from this. And I mentioned that on our Discord, and Jer popped up, was like, no. You finish that series. That's the best series. He was like, Red Rising is my series. It is my cult of Dungeon Crawler Carl. You guys have your Carl. I have Red Rising. I was like, okay, which is good. So that convinced me. I'll read the other 2 books. So the book I got after that is Between Two Fires, which is essentially about in 1348, a battle in heaven and hell takes up so much of the heavenly entities' times that hell just kind of takes over Earth. But you don't know it, and so it's like Leon the Professional, where it's like this old grizzled killer of a man with a young girl that seems more important than she should be, running into evil people and monsters and kind of fighting hell, walking around. Like, but it was excellent. It was really good. But I just put that down. It was like, what the fuck was that? It's listed as a horror novel. So anyway, I don't know. I might read the what's it called? The Wizard Knight. Anyway, I got some more fantasy lined up. And in the meantime, I've printed about 40 Dungeon Crawler Carl shirts. I sent you each one of them. The most recent one I did was Prepotente. I put those up too.
That looked great. I really like the
Prepotente.
I like the Prepotente better than the Carl one, solely because I like Prepotente, and it's a better T-shirt.
I think it is too. It's easier to make, and
it's less bloody, which I can't really wear as much.
Like I think you were stressing too much about Carl and Donut. But I did like the sunglasses you did for Donut, but I think Prepotente was awesome. I really like that T-shirt.
It kind of looks like a metal shirt, like a heavy metal band, but it's very DIY. So here's a problem, just so people see it. When I post the Etsy page, shipping a T-shirt is $8, and the bag to put it in is $2. And so that's $10 to start. And so I was going to charge $12 for the shirt, and so now they're going to be $22 with free shipping. But for our listeners and for people on the Discord, I'll figure out a discount code to knock it back to like $10 or something. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll definitely want it to be affordable. And to me, $22 is too much for a shirt like that. But we'll
no, but I mean, if you go to unless you're going to Five Below. I mean, $20 for a T-shirt's about normal, right?
But the problem is there's so much Dungeon Crawler shirts that are already available that
our audience doesn't know this, Tim. There's only really one source for crawler shirts.
Right. No, but here's the thing: they're all like AI slop, mass Chinese produced. Like they're not screen printed; they're just iron-ons. And people are slurping it up, slurp, just buying them. And so now, and they're charging like $9 for those things. And so that's what I have to compete with is a photograph of AI slop that's Carl related versus my shitty hand drawn Prepotente that I screen printed.
The shitty hand drawn's 1,000 times better.
I think so, but
can you make a Mongo T-shirt? But Mongo is Ruby, because I agree. My dog is the raptor dinosaur thing.
Yeah, your dog is
that. Like her personality, like she looks at me dead-eyed all the time, like with the raptor snoot, like looking around, like I was like, yes, Mongo.
Yeah, she's shaped like it too.
Although if I did a dungeon crawl, I'd want Andy Dog with me. I think he'd start out at level 35 for a pet.
You would definitely be the bodyguard and you would be the leader of the team. If he could talk,
I know he wouldn't be able to talk, but he would already start and he would just run into battle on every single thing.
Nate, there's a 90% chance he ditches you on floor 1 and somehow aligns with the AI, so he turns into a bad guy.
He becomes the AI. Yeah, it's like yes.
Anyway, those are all my updates. I was like,
those are good updates, Tim.
Yeah.
It's been 2 months.
It's been a long time.
It feels like somewhere between 6 years and 6 hours. I don't know.
Yeah, it goes quick, man. All right, middle brother Chris.
I just drove. I'm in Louisiana. It is 100 degrees. If real feel is 111.
That's too hot.
And where I am sitting is a closed off, windowless, unair conditioned garage.
Do you have a space heater so you can turn it into a sauna?
I have a fan on me right now. Just to not
fans
die.
Are good.
But I was just thinking, like, I'm getting kind of dizzy in here. Meredith was like, do not podcast in that garage. And it's like, I'm not moving my computer inside.
You're in the garage. Are you upstairs in the garage?
No, there's really a downstairs. Upstairs is more of a storage area, and I haven't really cleaned up all the rat poison that was up there earlier.
You have a fan? I can see the glistening on your forehead. Okay.
That is a fan in the corner. That white.
Have you tried farting? Usually if it's humid and you're in an enclosed area, farting really helps.
I've been farting too much around my son because now he gets pissed off at me if I fart near him. He goes,
"That's the wrong action. Farts are funny.
Smell bad. Go away, Dada." I was like, "You toot." He's like, "I do not."
If you're farting so much a kid doesn't think they're funny, like,
well, it's kind of funny because we kind of sleep with him. Like he has his own bed, but we'll like fall asleep with him and like try to sneak out later. And he's like, he used to be like, I want Dada to sleep with me, and now he won't. He's like, I want Mama to sleep with me. Dada toots too much. I was like, I don't toot too much.
Your kid's like gripping onto the sheets as he's trying not to fly out of the bed. Well, you're just
there's like a little pile of vomit on the side of the bed, and then
he's real sensitive to like fart and poop smell. Like, you know, as someone, we just drove thousands of miles, and you know how many gas stations I had to take him in to go to the bathroom every 2 hours.
So gross.
And if we went into a dirty one, he goes, "Oh, Dada, it's dirty. It's dirty." He's a 3-year-old. It's like, it's not dirty. Let me just flush it. He goes, "Oh." He always does this gagging.
That's amazing. I share genetics with this kid for sure. My gag reflex is terrible.
But he doesn't like how loud the toilets are at men's rooms, so he's always like covering his ears like
don't touch your head. Don't touch anything in your face. Oh my god.
No, but he did really good.
Having a girl was so terrible, and Tim can do this. Yeah. If you're in public and you have to take the girl into a men's room, it is so gross. It is so terrible.
Yeah, it kind of opens. If you're by yourself, as a men's room goer tour, you just deal with it. Sticky floor, piss floor, shit floor, barf in the bathroom, and then you just pee on top of the barf, and you don't flush because you know it's not going to flush.
You're just kind of stepping around the floor,
where
to the cleanest places.
And then suddenly you take a kid in there. That's
it's so terrible. Like, I will do a 2-inch toilet paper like complete barrier, and then I was like, okay, sit there.
Having one of each, you take Jack into the sheets bathroom with like the gross sheets, and he's like, "Oh, it's sticky. Oh, it's gross. It smells like poop." And then you look at him and go like, "Always like this."
I feel like with the boy, you can take him and just hold him out at a urinal. And
depends on how big they are, man. They're too heavy to do that at 5 or 6.
You're not strong enough, Tim.
Yeah, you gotta work on your like forward presses.
Yeah, and that helps you with the beer stein holding later.
Yeah. But fast forward. So we did have a whole summer. I didn't talk to you guys. I was part of a UFO club that happened
Well, hopefully not a CE5 one.
No, we tried a CE5, but no one knew what it was. No one knew what it was.
Basically, we need to provide some more details about that.
We just went to this field and we just meditated on bringing contact.
That's CE5.
Yeah, I know. We did it once, but none of us had ever done it. So it made it cool because it meant none of us were CE5ers. But it was something we watched communion one night.
That's awesome.
The first night, I think we mostly just told ghost stories, which was funny. There's another night where we did. I think there was a revolving number between 4 and 20.
Whoa!
But mostly it was the same 5 people with add-ons. We did stargazing one night. We did.
That's a really cool
Estes
club.
Cards where we're doing, the Estes cards,
Yeah.
Or that what they're called?
The Ghostbusters cards.
The Ghostbusters cards.
Yeah, I don't know what anything pronounces.
You know what they are, though, right?
Yeah.
The squiggly lines.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah, we would you'd turn them over on upside down, and then we'd make a grid and see.
Did you have electric shock like Bill Murray in Ghostbusters?
Three
wavy lines or whatever. It's bullshit, man.
So, but it was fun. I mean, that was kind of cool. It was a good summer. And then what else? Came back, saw Nate 2 days ago. We got drunk and went in his pool, just circled slowly.
I'm still finishing off the non-alcoholic. Luckily, we didn't drink enough of it. We should have drinking more of it, but
yeah,
non-alcoholic whiskey.
I know. I was definitely hungover the next day, but it was fine. And let's see. I started getting into I think too obsessively, because I haven't done anything in 3 years, but I got really into the second season of The Woods I Knew.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Writing it and making the audio for it, which
just for the listening audience, Chris sent us pictures of musicians working on ambience.
Well, that was
songs
the Discord, but because I run this performance space, so we have all this equipment, and then I work with some really awesome musicians, so we started kind of drafting out kind of moods. And I started. It was also kind of cool. Is a lot of people that are there have different voices. So I have my take on The Woods I Knew season 2 is I'm going to tell kind of some more. I'm going to do one episode will be a documentary style of someone talking about moving to the woods, and then the episode next to that is going to be a historical voice of someone who's dead, and something about them moving to the woods, and then they kind of disappeared, or they, these different encounters. And so I don't want to do those voices. So I'm working with voice actors for that. And so one was this woman who's British and she died in her 30s, in this really cool. I mean, it's not cool because she's died, but she disappeared, and she was working on this ritual to do in nature, and she was found dead naked with a dagger in the ground with no foul play, and so there's anyway, there's a lot of mystery. So I'm not going to do that voice, but I'm oh, here's someone I work with who's a 32-year-old British woman, she can do the voice, so I have all these different voices.
That's really cool.
But because I haven't done anything creative in so long, I've been kind of diving in kind of hard.
That's awesome.
I'll show
if you ever need a Cambodian, Maine, West Virginia, Baltimore, that's all I got. But I'm here to help.
This is us kind of having a recording session. Whether they're that's a spider.
That's amazing.
This is Gregory. He built this. He calls it his swamp guitar. It's a box banjo, which he has hooked up to a bunch of shit.
What's a box banjo sound like?
Here, I'll see if I have a video of it while we're doing.
Oh my God, Chris, you have such a cool job.
I know, I do. I have a good job. Like, so this is the space that I work in. This was kind of after everyone left because I'm so busy, and Roan wasn't around.
Also,
like,
you're
here. You can hear it. Can you hear it?
I would say, Chris, your job is cool, not just because you have access to like all this studio space in the woods in this weird spot, but you have access to people with weird backgrounds and skills.
Yeah, it's super cool.
That's amazing.
And access to people is pretty rare. That dude's playing a guitar with a paintbrush.
Well, it's a mallet for a drum, and he's running through all this circuitry. And then Sean back there is a really great bassist. So, and they could play like, yeah, it was cool.
So your Woods season 2 is like hitting the reset button on the Woods I knew. It's just so people know.
A prologue saying they're different, but I re-listened to yours and it's great. And I'll
yours are so good, Tim. I love them. I do
want to crank the volume up again and then pull the sound down on 2 things because they didn't translate super well. But they're really good.
They're all dreamy. It's all dreamy. Yours are like super dreamy and awesome.
I re-listened to the whole thing while I was driving down by myself from Maine to Virginia. I re-listened to all of it. But I think let's have a prologue that kind of explains the different seasons and then kind of go into it.
Yeah, it's like American Horror Story. It's you hit the reset button in between each season.
It's really cool.
That means you're up for season 3. You got time to start writing it.
I'm up for it. Like, I have no time for even breathing, but...
Yeah, but season 2 is gonna. This thing won't come out until May. You got a whole year.
If it's next year, I might have some time.
Yeah,
maybe we'll do something cool
from now.
No, I think I can. I need to record. So I think it will have like a release of like this spring, which is a year after Tim released his, and then so you can.
Yeah, you guys have to help guide me on that. But I definitely have some ideas.
That's awesome. And then we cycle through, and then that would put pressure on for Tim to do season 4.
Well,
I want to bring in guests. I want to bring in guest stars. I want every story. If I do it, which would be in 2 years from now, right? Year from now, 2 years. Well, but year and a half.
Yeah.
I want to travel around and interview some famous people and do that, and then
you should travel. You should,
and then audio animate their story.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So anyway, I like it as a spin-off side project that can kind of like, and I like the challenge of like, all right, Tim, you got to go again. Like, what does that look like? Even though it
requires thought. Like everything you did, Tim, is so amazing because you scripted and wrote and thought about it, and you put that intention and energy into it. Well, this podcast does not do that. We're just
this is just us chilling out, and hopefully our friends listening sometimes.
Yeah, but it took you half a year to do 6 20-minute episodes. I mean, that's what kind of labor goes into like a real thing.
Amateur writing, and then so I re-listened to Chris, and outside of the quality of sound levels and stuff, I repeat myself a lot, and I make the same point a lot, and I feel like things could be.
No, but the vibe is the same every episode, and it's really awesome. Like, don't sell yourself short. Yeah, it was amazing.
I wouldn't change anything. It's my fault because I said I mastered it. I think the first episode is a little quiet because I have to really crank my stereo.
It sounds different on every device I listen to it on.
Yeah.
Like earbuds versus car versus whatever.
It's weird.
It is weird.
I'll not again steal the updates, but I'm kind of rewriting it, but not as the same story. But the thing that I think it's missing, it's weird. It's too serious. As I was going to make it funny, but serious.
Funny is hard.
Funny.
That's hard to do.
Yeah, I'll talk to you guys about it at some point, but I'm getting there. I'm outlining something that I'll talk to you guys about.
Oh, that's probably
what else you got, Chris?
Updates. To long story short, I had to so they did all the recording. Like I worked with those musicians, so I was like, I really need to do it. So I had to get a new guitar. I had to buy a guitar because I needed like pedals and stuff, and so
that's amazing.
I was like, you know what?
Is that a Guitar Hero guitar? Because it's got like black, white.
No, it's just a black and white.
No, it has strings on it.
Yes,
that's lame.
Strings. No,
is that a Gibson?
No, it's a
Les Paul.
It's not. It's a D'Angelico. It's a semi-hollow. It's something I can work with, like atmospheric sounds and stuff. And I had an electric guitar, but I don't know what happened to it. Like, I lost all my musical stuff like 20 years ago. So anyway, I thought that was a big thing for me. It's like, okay.
I'm excited to hear it.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
So I got to work on it. I've got a bunch of pedals, and I'm going to start recording soon, I think.
My update's easy.
You work all the time without break.
I do, but I hung out with both of you recently.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, Nate, you came to Virginia Beach for the family beach week for 16 hours.
Nate, that's a lot of time in my life right now.
Nate took 16 hours, 6 of which were sleeping. And so he hung out for 40, which it's awesome. You were able to like make 12 hours of leisure time happen because nobody expected you there.
Worked. I just flew in and out of Norfolk.
Well, that was the thing. Like, so it is a testament to your willingness to hang out, is that you were working in Ohio. You drove to Virginia Beach and then drove to Norfolk and flew out of Norfolk to Ohio and then flew back to Norfolk to drive back home just so you could spend 16 hours with the family at the beach week or whatever, which was cool.
It was not many hours, but it
was not a lot, but it was still, we drank your whiskey
about 12 hours
that you left behind. Ella's following in your footsteps. She drove 6 billion miles and hung out for 24 hours and then drove back to Richmond. But it was cool to see her. She's cool to hang out with.
She's an adult. She's 23.
It makes me feel old.
It makes you feel old.
Right. Your kid is old enough to like chill and drink liquor and stuff, which is bizarre.
But she doesn't. She's like super responsible and awesome.
No, which is also cool that she's fun to hang out with, which Dad said 20 years ago was the goal, that if you ever have kids that you want to hang out with. That's what you're raising them to be. That's what parenting is. I don't know.
Did he say that to you or like?
He didn't say that to me or Chris, by the way.
To me.
I don't know. I gave him credit for
it. And you still live near Dad.
I think specifically when Alicia was pregnant with Jack, I asked Dad, what if he's a douchebag? That's my biggest concern, is that he grows up and he's a douchebag. And Dad said, quote, he's not going to be a douchebag. That is the one and only time he said that word. I was also drunk when he said that. It was when I was
Speaking
like, what if my kid's just what if I don't want to hang out with him? What if he's a creep? I don't know. But
and Ella secretly told Mary what we bought late at night at the beach.
Yeah.
And she was like, don't tell Dad. He's really nervous. You'll find out. I was like, I'm not nervous.
What'd you buy?
Awesome.
A pinball machine.
Oh.
Guess what?
On a whim. It was within 10 seconds. I was like, hey, look at this pinball machine.
Because it's awesome and you have to buy it. And Chris, what theme pinball machine do you think it was
Dungeon
that is coming?
Carl.
Yes.
I mean, you texted it. I saw it.
Before the call, 15 minutes before this call.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
As soon as I brought it up, I was like, Nate, if you ever buy it. And he handed me his phone and said, just fill it out. Fill out the form.
I didn't have my glasses on. I was like, fill out the address for work. I'll stick it in the break room. But now I'm not so sure because there are cuss words. If I can't mute the cuss words, it might have to
the actual gameplay, you somehow level up and can shoot like magic missiles. You have to gain mana with a pinball. It is insane. It is.
But it's a mixture.
Insane.
It's great because the backboard isn't a traditional pinball game. It's a virtual pinball, so that you can do every single book. Screen. They have 7 books on it right now. It's an LED, but they also have the ramps and normal stuff of a pinball game.
Which is funny because book 8 would lead itself best for a pinball machine.
Yeah.
Well, they just haven't done it yet. But if it has the background is a TV screen, you can update it, right?
Yeah,
so you can
update.
Yeah, so even book 9, book 10, you just do the firmware update and it updates it. I'm excited.
In the gameplay, there's this moving circle thing, and you have to defeat the ball of swine. And then at one point when you win, you hear Carl's voice go, "How do you like that, motherfuckers?"
Yeah, no. So that if that goes to work, there has to be a mute button. But the anywho, fast forward to Chris stopped by the next week. So you're 1 week, literally a week later, Chris cruises by and stops at, and our pool finally works. We have a pool, and it's really tiny. It's like an exercise pool. It's not like
a swimming pool.
It's like a small exercising pool that's really small. And it has this jet propeller actually that creates a thing like a water that you could swim forever, like Chris's father-in-law has.
Yeah, it's like an infinity pool.
It's an exercise pool. It's a pool treadmill.
Exercise pool. It's like a treadmill, but for swimming.
Pool treadmill.
Yeah, and it's really small. But this is in ground and it's in the back. And so Mary is a swimmer. She loves swimming. She does not like the old people that do the exercises while she swims at the Y. So we have this pool. It's awesome. But so Mary exercises. I don't exercise this. I do a lazy river. So you have this big propeller is behind this grate, and it makes this giant current. But in such a tiny pool, it's making a loop-de-loo around the outside of where the jet is. And Chris can attest for this. So Mary swims during the day, or not day. Let's say it's Saturday. I've done yard work. I'm hot, and I'm like, that pool's looking really good around 3 p.m., especially if it's like 100 degrees outside or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, I've got to get in there. So, but Mary likes to get in, but she's exercising. I get a couple pool noodles and a beer, and I do the lazy river. So she's swimming in the middle, and I'm just slowly looping around her like this, like slowly, because it makes an eddy current along the edge. And also, Ozzy likes this too, because if Ozzy gets in, he just kind of like alligators the water, and he'll do a lazy river and get out. But I'll just sit there in lazy river and just drink a beer and sit on my pool noodles and just float while Mary's exercising and being passionate about
That's
swimming.
That's not a bad way to spend the day, though. That's pretty good.
Oh, it's so much better than yard work. I'm so less enthusiastic about yard work.
It's also a toy that you can both play with at the same time differently.
Oh, it's so hot. It is so terribly hot. Ask Chris right now as he's sweating. And you did the lazy river last weekend. What did you think about it?
It was fun. I also like drinking, and also it was raining when we went on.
There was a thunderstorm. It was starting to thunderstorm.
I'm balancing on 3 pool noodles, like half asleep because it was like midnight, and we've been drinking for a while. At that point, I was just like, ugh.
But anyway, there's like a loop, and so you just chill out with the beer. And the pool, the heat's regulated, right?
Well, it's also really deep. I just remember I'm watching my beer, and it's one of those aluminum cans, and it was like an inch from filling up with pool water, at all times. I'm like, whoa.
Which is salt water too. Like but anyway,
you're getting sleepy.
Yeah,
it's 11
but
o'clock.
It was comfortable too. Like it was also
but
really
hot. You just float. It's a lazy river. It's like if you
and
turn
there's like
on
lightning everywhere, and Nate's like, I think Mary's gonna yell at us if we don't get out. I was like, I don't want to get out.
Is it salt water or chlorine?
Salt water.
Nice.
But salt water makes the chlorine, like salt transfuses or whatever. And then a good thing to have so you don't have a hangover. By the way, unsolicited ad is Little Saints. I really like this for fake bourbon. And it's just lines.
But you like to drink it after drinking real bourbon.
Yes.
And instead of drinking half a bottle of real bourbon, you'll drink
you have 2 glasses of real bourbon, right? And then you have 2 glasses of fake bourbon, and then you can wake up in the morning.
Any bourbon after 10 p.m. needs to be fake bourbon.
Agreed.
Yeah, well, the next morning we were hungover, and we were both like, should have started the fake bourbon a little earlier.
It was one drink too many. If we had after the pool, we should have only had fake bourbon.
Yes.
And we had one last real bourbon.
We drank half a bottle of bourbon, and that was after drinking beer.
That's also a testament to our 40s. Is my favorite beer, like not my favorite, but like at Kroger, there's one called Dad Strength beer, and it's 2.5%. Like,
oh my God, that's like
if I do.
Utah strength beer. That's like Mormon strength beer.
But then it scratches the itch.
Oh, I do agree. Also, I'll go with the zero alcohol Guinness. Actually tastes just like a normal Guinness.
Nice.
Like they did a really good job.
There's a non-alcoholic pumpkin spice.
No,
lager.
I hate pumpkin. I hate it.
Love it. And it's a non-alcoholic pumpkin beer.
I was really thirsty this summer, and all I had was a non-alcoholic bottle of wine, and I just drank the whole thing. I was just chugging.
I don't know if I could do that.
It just juice. It just tasted like cold juice. It was delicious.
Yeah. I also have this, which is next on the list, which is the old fashioned.
But alcohol-free old-fashioned.
Alcohol-free, yeah, it's pretty good. I give them to a few people that don't drink too, and they like it. So I agree. That's about it for my updates. So.
All right. So sorry about the extended updates, everybody. The oddity. I was going to quickly discuss something. It ends up being,
yeah, we haven't even gotten to stage 2 yet.
So we have to include an oddity. We can't just do an oops all updates. We got to throw something out for the listeners, something a little weird, something a little personal growth or occult or odd or paranormal. Anyway, I think one thing, what I've noticed we've evolved into, we're not self-help, but we're definitely taking our own troubles and personal weaknesses and flaws and trying to stare them right in the eyes and better ourselves for it, right?
So we're like the Golden Girls?
Yes, exactly like the Golden Girls. Or the 3 kids from Step by Step. They'll make that blended family work. Or Mama's Family or any of that.
Oh my God. That's telling you how many TV channels we had as kids.
3. We had 3 for like 12 years.
Many channels.
Until Mom got basic cable.
If there was Mama's Family at all, that's the Arby's of the TV shows.
Yes.
Like Family Matters, Step by Step.
It's all good. So anyway, we started with the astral projection, lucid dreaming, and remote viewing, and it just kind of dovetailed into meditation, manifestation, taking your life and then pointing it in the direction you want it to be and then getting there. I don't know how we did that from aliens and like Bigfoot, which we had an episode on, and whatever oddities we talked about.
Episode?
We had a big toe episode. We mostly talked about your foot.
Oh, it looks so bad. The foot. You can't even see my foot knuckle. It's
Nate, you're just giving that up for free. Put that out on camera.
That's so gross. Anyway, I'm the opposite of a foot fetish. I'm a foot
cooler. Like what's like the chiller?
I'm the
like
Arby's
the cooler.
of foot fetish.
Foot phobia.
Foot phobia.
No, it's the Arby's foot fetish.
Well, Dungeon Crawler Carl, you know. Hey.
So anyway,
I would not do well with that AI.
It's caused some self-reflection, which we encourage. I have given up on meditation. I need to get back into it.
Me too.
Transcendental meditation. Excuse me. When we got into that, and I say we, Nate pursued it and then got us into it, I felt great. I was I was happier. I had way more patience. And then something happened where I put it down. I haven't done it in probably 6 months. So I need to get back into transcendental meditation. So that being said, here's the question I thought of that I want to talk about. The cult of self, which is not an original idea. It's been discussed by Nietzsche, and it was some, hold on, I'll tell you. I had to look it up.
And Eckhart and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it was, so the cult of self, about cultural shift towards radical individualism, self-worship, hyperfixation about personal identity. And it's been French author Maurice Barrès popularized the phrase in the 19th century trilogy that he wrote, and I'm not pronouncing all those words, celebrating raw sensory experience and individual ego against collective societal norms. So it was almost thought as a rebellion, like instead of giving to society and putting everybody else first, just treat yourself, grow yourself. It sounds great. Positivity, body positivity, personal positivity. You need to accept yourself. But at what point do the morning...
Flexing in front of old people.
Flexing in front of open pickle jars that they can't, and then eating a pickle and closing it again.
Making eye contact.
Eye contact pickle eating.
Open it.
I like the idea of really pushing it back on.
Yeah, and then you push the button a few times.
As it pops open, you got to do the wink.
Yeah. You hear that pop? I bet you missed that pop. That means it's unsealed. So,
you're gonna old Max.
I'm gonna old Mog. A can maxing, jar maxing. That's what it is.
Jar maxing. Yes.
Jar max. No, morning routines, productivity obsession. Everything's about healing, living forever, manifestation, money, manifestation, biohacking, and constantly trying to become a better version of yourself. My question is, at what point does self-improvement become self-rejection? Where you're saying, I'm not good enough forever, so I constantly have to try to get better. Because in one side of your mouth, you're saying, I'm going to be a better person, and these are all my personal growth goals. And on the other side of you're saying, I accept myself for who I am, and the two do not meet. So at some point, you're abandoning yourself to become a different person.
And at what point does narcissism come into it?
No, but that's exactly, Chris. That's the question. At what point is that to impress others or serve yourself? And I think that's the difference.
Yeah, no maxing. No, it reminds me of this weird thing. So I follow a lot of things on Instagram. I need to stop doing Instagram and become a better person, but I still have it because I need to turn my brain off a little bit before I go to sleep. I did limit myself to 45 minutes a day. It turns off on its own. But one of the people I follow,
which is a good thing. Yeah.
Yes. Is I follow a lot of radio people, like ham radio people, because they have a lot of cool stuff like,
you follow a lot of ham radio people is a brilliant statement, Chris.
I love ham radio influencers have dozens of followers.
By the way,
influence other ham radio people.
No. There's a whole radio influencer thing. There's a lot of money in that game.
So I made a joke today that I have to interrupt you, Chris. So like I was interviewed by some stuff in the marketing department was all about it. I was like, look, tens of people are going to listen to this. You know?
You never know. Well, but a couple of them I follow because they do interesting posts about like clever radio antennas and like really boring stuff like that. But a lot of that community is prepper community. So like most of their content is like, a lot of them are ex-military. Most of their content is like radios, guns, radios, survival shelter, survival food. I mean, whatever. It's all fun content for me because I'm like, ooh. But there's one of them that I follow posted something that was that exact thing, and it was kind of a call. I think they were talking mostly to like their soldier friends, but they're kind of like, everyone's so obsessed with like the self that they're forgetting community. It was kind of a call to community, but like from a kind of more military calm survivalist point of view, like we got to have like our like the whatever compound that you're helping survive the end of the world, like it should be about others and not like it should be like what happened to self-sacrifice and the idea of like the never-ending like narcissistic like self-improvement game, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, this is coming from the opposite part of the same like self-improvement spectrum.
It's
you know
narcissism, I mean? Versus stoicism is what you're talking
like what
about.
happened to stoicism in a way. They're like asking like it's about like self-sacrifice in a way, like giving something up that's yours or that you fought for other people. And I was like, hey, look at that, there's like crossover here about with the content that you're talking about, which again, like self-improvement to the point of self-rejection, or the self-improvement to like narcissistic overload, where
right.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer either, because I'm not yet at a place where I should say, you know what, I don't need to better myself. Or there's this like smoldering, like you need to improve like certain things versus like I'm gonna max out all my levels, like, you know, whatever.
Well, that's
like,
just it. And that's why Nate's right. It's about the level of like the ends, right? So if you're self-improving so that you can help your people or help yourself help people, that's a totally different thing than like just like looks maxing and like living forever.
That's the look maxing.
Be Dungeon Crawler Carl, not Donut, in that way.
Yeah, and like Dungeon Crawler Carl has to like have
level up. He's level up,
and that's the only way he'll be able to survive. Which is the only way
he's leveling up to protect his community.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is stoic. Okay. That's stoic, right? Whereas if you're doing it for a vanity measure in front of Instagram, it's like me. That's different.
And I think that's the question when we're all like, oh, I gotta lose weight, I gotta do this, I gotta like, you know, our typical like New Year's resolution gripe episode. You know, it's like, at what point is it about?
That's, I guess that's either end of the spectrum, because we are a self-max culture. It's what we've become. Look at all the prolonging, look at all the individuals
out there,
and we're saying like we need to support ourselves, self-positive, don't say anything bad about yourself, body positive, but at the same time, on the opposite end of the spectrum, like you can get testosterone and GLPs are ruining this. This is kind of what made me think of it. Everybody that's of healthy weight is now underweight. Everybody that's obese is just losing weight without even like having to change their lifestyle.
But they, I gotta say, look great.
Not
the normal people look weird. If you're normal and take it, you get the weird
They're
face.
having buccal fat sucked out of their face. That's the thing. Like, of weight and being fit was what the elite were, but now that the normies are fit, they need to take it to the next level, which is body modified, like alien looking. So they always need to like...
It's like a Hunger Games, you know, you gotta get the tiger stripes, but like...
We're a competitive species, that happens. Like,
but the opposite mistake is to get lazy too, like to say like, you know what, I am fine just the way I am. I am in high school quarterback, you know what I mean? Like you want to like push yourself. Like I remember having a conversation with someone like in my early 20s and like they're like, oh yeah, they basically were very self-satisfied. I was like, oh, I don't think I'm going to be the same person this time next year. Like I'd like to think that I'm not going to settle. Like I'm going to like keep changing,
constantly getting better.
Yeah. Like I would like hope that I would change, or that I'm
everybody's
growing
changing
at 23. You know, like I just don't want to be done growing. Like there's no like end to that potential. You know.
Yeah, which is the worst part, the good and worst part about humanity, right? Like you can't, like I think there's like, I don't like change, it's scary. Let's like, I want to go back to this other time, or when it was safe, when I was younger, or I want to go back to the 80s and the Goonies, because that was the time that I like.
No,
or whatever.
Hey,
that's
Nate,
not healthy.
I wrote that down. I've talked about it before, the
nostalgia maxing.
The nostalgia maxing, but there's also the word in God, I can't figure it out. It's Haraith in Welsh or something, which means that you're nostalgic for a time that you cannot go back to. That it does not exist anymore. That life is impossible. It is dead.
But that's humanity at all times.
Your
like
childhood home
is
destroyed. Your the building that you had your first job in doesn't exist anymore.
And the people that can't adapt are always destroyed, right?
Yeah.
And that's what every story. Did you guys see the Odyssey?
No.
I would like to.
I mean, middle-aged angst, but same kind of thing.
Anemoia, anemia. It's not anemia.
Anemia.
Anemoia.
I know what that is.
So that's nostalgia for a time or place you've never known, and then there's faux-stalgia, which is a marketing or media that makes people feel deeply nostalgic for an era they never actually lived in. If you
that happens a lot.
Oh, the 80s kids that were born in 2010.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Or the 90s stuff going on.
Yeah, you know
now.
what did that? Stranger Things. Jack's obsessed with the 80s. And
or the culture or whatever, because that's a connection to a group he doesn't have because everything's digital now.
Yeah,
right. So
it's like you're longing for a time that's pre-digital. It's kind of like when we were in high school and watched Dazed and Confused. It was like, oh, the 60s and 70s were like...
But it's saying there's this thing that existed that was amazing and you can't have it. We don't have it. It's gone. And they're like, but I want it. You're making it.
Also,
it's like
recreating
that was the 90s, was like Woodstock, the first Woodstock 94 or whatever was trying to recreate the 60s, which wasn't there, but it wasn't terrible. And then they tried to recreate the 90s one in 99, which was a great documentary because of how terrible it was with Limp Bizkit. And it just like was terrible, just like...
Dude, Limp Bizkit's blowing up. So here's the thing. That being said, look at the culture now. Look at where we're at. We're in our 40s. The
Limp Bizkit people are winning.
35 to 55 have the money, and they remember that. That's what they're reaching for now, is this thing that used to exist that doesn't anymore. Yeah. And there's I look at Disney, X-Men '97. It's great, it's amazing, but it's because I grew up in the '90s. Spider-Man just came out. It's the biggest grossing movie ever. Tom Holland just got $100 million off of it.
Guess what the last Spider-Man movie I saw was? The first Tobey Maguire one.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's the last one I saw too.
I also feel like I'm a little bit more into the comic book stuff than you guys, so I'm pretty tight into that.
I like Batman comics when I was a kid.
I'm reading Absolute Batman, Nate. I will give you my books. The Absolute Batman series. I love Batman. It's amazing.
It was the only comic book series, the late 80s, when I was in my comic book prime, was Batman only. Like you had Batman Death in the Family, where Robin gets killed off. Amazing! It's so good.
So anyway, I guess that's my point, is we're nostalgic for the past, but we're constantly trying to better ourselves. Longevity culture is huge. So I don't know. At some point you're saying I don't accept myself. And it's just something to pay attention to, because I need to lose 18 more pounds. I'm trying to exercise. I'm reading a lot.
Tim needs 18. What would you weigh minus 18 pounds?
190.
Dude, I think I weighed that in high school.
190
I weigh
is goal weight.
250 pounds, and the chart is if I at 6'3.5", if I weigh more than 190 pounds, I'm obese. You know what I would look like at 190 pounds?
I know, because I'm also 6'4", and I got all intermittent fasting obsessed like 8 years ago, and I got down to 210, and I had people at work coming up to me like asking me if I was okay, because I looked crazy. I was like, oh, 215 is not like, and that was the first time my BMI got down to like average, and I was like, I am too skinny. Like, this is 215. Like, my bones weigh 215 pounds. You know what I mean?
I'm
also,
5'11"
I'm 6'4", also 250. So we weigh the same.
Wait, what do you weigh, Tim?
No, I'm 5'11" '3/4. You 6'4" motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying.
I know. I'd go down. My license says 6'3".
That's because you're 6'3".
I'm literally 6'3.5". I round down. Mary likes to round up. Oh,
you have the ability to round down.
No, I'm not. I'm not 6'4". I'm 6'3.5".
Whatever.
And 250, which is a 50-year-old man weight.
I just bring this up to say that even with manifestation, it can become an obsession or a hallucination at some point, or just some sort of unhealthy goal that just isn't achievable. But at the same time, you have to believe it. So
$180 a month, it's there. How much does Othenquit cost?
I don't know. $180. You have to get insurance approval. You have to be a diabetic for that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you pay enough money? Can you get somebody?
Yeah, you can pay out of pocket. It's probably $200 a month or something.
To lose like what? Could I lose like 50 pounds in 2 months for
Easily.
$50 a month?
Yeah, but all those GLPs only work for 2 years.
So here's the thing. I got
all those people who lost weight on GLPs. If they don't get their life around, it all comes back.
With the alpha-gal stuff, my PCP was like, what's up with you? I was like, dude, look, I'm trying to lose 15 pounds. I got 20 pounds to go and all this stuff. And they were like, your cholesterol's borderline. I might be able to get you a GLP for that. I was like, I'm not taking a GLP. And then she was like, okay, good. Because here's the deal. Every one of my patients, they take a GLP. It's a magic pill. It's great if you have diabetes or if you have heart disease and all this other stuff. You lose weight, it does wonders. But it's without lifestyle changes. You eat whatever you want. You just don't want it. You lose weight. The second you take it, she said, of all the patients I prescribed this to, every single one of them gained the weight back as soon as they stopped it.
Also, I was listening to like an NPR thing, and it's like, it's really good if you're overweight and it breaks your lifestyle. It makes you lose weight really quickly so you can start exercising, start eating healthy. But the chemical that kind of creates the like lack of appetite or whatever, it stops working after 2 years. So like you have
it doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah, so you have 2 years to like basically lose enough weight to change your lifestyle. But if you're like, I just need it to help, it's gonna stop.
I don't know. I really find Kelly Osbourne's new look really attractive.
Insane.
What do you guys think?
She's so problematically skinny. Anyway, I don't have a punchline for this, and I actually feel guilty thinking of a punchline. Because that's the opposite. That's the extreme version of this, right? Looks maxing. They take testosterone to fuck with their jaw, and they're getting surgery to have this like chiseled outline.
Getting leg extensions.
Yeah.
What?
To be
what
taller.
Is that?
Taller.
It's creepy. You can't. You have to like go to another country.
Little people do that.
Yeah.
No.
If you're under,
like, get their legs like. It's like
they cut the bone and
you break the bone and you raise it.
Yes.
But they've been doing that with dwarfism for a long time.
Offering it to normal height.
Since 1990, they've been doing that.
Yeah, but it gets you above 6 feet tall.
Oh, God. Oh, so not 4 foot.
Not for little people. No.
You go from 5'6" to 6 foot.
Hey,
Chris, I think you'd look better at 6'7".
I'm working on it. I do my Batman hanging upside down thing.
That would be
Are you extending are you spine maxing?
I'm spine maxing. I'm also using those high heels that are like this, you walk on point.
That lift you up. Yeah, that's great. That's smart.
So just for listeners out there, if you're doing a lot of self-growth maxing and self-reflection maxing and shadow work maxing or whatever, don't forget
shadow work maxing.
Shadow maxing.
Shadow maxing is such a
Chris,
cool
can you grab that?
The website
right shadowmaxing.com.
Please grab it right now.
I just want to see what it looks like.
I'll send you $20
for 3 more months.
Yeah, do it right now. Shadow maxing. Oh my God! If shadowmaxing.com is available, buy it right now. I'll pay you back right now.
I think it is actually taken. Hold on.
Damn.
Oh my God. Shadow maxing.
Whoa. Hold on. So shadow maxing is an internet slang term from looks maxing subcultures, referring to the using specific lighting to enhance facial silhouettes and perceived aesthetics. The trend is not affiliated with
the word.
That's not.
So shadow maxing.
We can take it back. We can still take it back. How much is the website?
They're not doing shadow work to the max. They're like literally like
they're taking pictures to make them look
jaw.
Buttholes don't have a shadow.com.
I love it. That's great. Do it. That's probably the most successful domain in domain history.
Have it be like the gerbils, like dancing hamster.
Right.
It's also telling me stuff that is available. Phantom maxing is available.
Yeah.
weather.com. Weathermaxing.
Weathermaxing.
But that's the shit that makes money.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Chris just made us $6 million because you didn't. You're too scared. Do it.
Weathermaxing's taken.
Weathermaxing. Yeah.
Weathermaxing is a travel trend where people carefully factor local climate and weather patterns into trip planning. That's stupid.
6 domains.
Podmaxing is launching and optimizing a podcast to its absolute limit. Or using AI tools to turn a single episode into massive content engines. Podmaxing. That's podmaxing.
All right. So I don't know what point I was trying to make, but here's the thing. We started out this podcast with all of us doing updates forever, and I feel like we're all just progressing forward. We're doing a good job with that. And our listeners, I really get excited when our listeners are doing cool stuff or bettering themselves. And sometimes we're like, we're doing remote viewing. I want you to do remote viewing. And when they do, it's awesome. Or like Eric Slater, he actually had like a ton of hits and it almost got prophetic. And then other people are like, this is just cool to watch, but I don't want to participate. Those are all wins. But I guess at some point, accepting yourself and pursuing change doesn't mesh. It's just something to pay attention to. So that's the closing statement. Is I want our listeners to accept themselves, but also look for the potential that's available to better themselves, which is just where I was torn at this week.
I should say that a friend of mine who I spend the summer with is a super fan, and I think actually this month marks exactly 1 year of transcendental meditation. So this is Sean. He's doing
so much better than I am.
I know, he does it every day, and he's still going. It marks 1 year of doing it, and he started because of our episode on it. So
fantastic.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm going to get back into it because of Sean.
You should.
Don't eat Arby's.
Eat all the Arby's.
Eat Arby's.
Arby's Max.
Arby's Max.
Arby's Max.
Body mod.
Arby's Max. You got the meats.